So, the Double Crisis set has been out for a little while, and general consensus is that it's kinda terrible. It's a set dedicated entirely to Team Aqua and Team Magma, reviving a bunch of cards from 10 years ago, so I guess that really shouldn't be much of a surprise. What the set is it is a bunch of really awesome support cards and nothing to use it on. I think I've made something that it's not like wonderful or super powerful, but I think it's a lot better than anybody thought Double Crisis could come up with, so I've named the deck Aggron's Dump, and you'll see why it's a bit. Now, keep in mind this deck is X and Y on, meaning it will survive the 2015 deck rotation. Starting off, we have 4/1/4 of Team Magma's Aggron. This is pretty much the standard spread for a Pokemon supported by Rare Candy. Aggron is the core destructive power of the deck. Its main attack, Rock Stomp, allows you to discard energy attached to your Pokemon and do 40 times the number of energy you discarded to the opponent. This is the core attack, and a fantastic thing about it that makes it better than Camerupt DX is 1. Aggron doesn't give up 2 prizes, 2. It takes half the energy, and 3. It can use strong energy. So the attack can actually get pretty ferocious in a hurry. Now, it also has the attack Boulder Storm, which does 120 on the box, but it's really more of a bonus, but it's actually kind of dangerous to do it because in order for it to be a really useful attack, you have to have 3 strong energy on 1 Aggron, and that can be trouble. Team Magma's Aggron is the engine of destruction, then Team Magma's Camerupt is the fuel. 4/4 for Team Magma's Camerupt. Camerupt has the ability Burning Draft, which once per turn allows you to take a fire or a fighting energy from your discard pile and attach it to that Pokemon. Now, when you realize that Rock Stomp can take energy from any of your Pokemon for its effect, you can kind of see why this works so well. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your deck just gets flooded with tons of Camerupts that are pulling all like 3 or 4 energies every turn in order to just deliver huge amounts of damage to the opponent. For supporters, we start off with 2 copies of Team Magma Admin. Team Magma Admin has the effect of allowing you to pull 3 Team Magma Pokemon, any Team Magma Pokemon, from your discard pile and add them to your hand. This is great when it's combined with Battle Compressor to put the Pokemon you need into the discard pile, and it's the most reliable way to get out Camerupt. 4 Korrinas, a staple for any fighting deck. Korrina is best for pulling out Lyron and Aggron, or Aggron if you need it, and any of a number of item cards that you need to drive the deck, like Battle Compressor, Team Magma's Great Ball, Versus Seeker. Like I said, a staple in any fighting deck, and it definitely works well here. And then we have the basic supporters toolbox of 3 Professor Sycamore, Lysandre's trump card, and Zorozic. Now, you can use Sycamore as needed, and the rest you can actually pull out with Battle Compressor and Versus Seeker. Now, I know what you're thinking, only 3 Sycamores for draw support? Well, that's where a lot of the items come in, and starting off we have the Stadium, Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth definitely more than makes up for it. Since you want fighting energy in the discard pile for Camerupt's effect anyway, discarding a fighting energy to draw 2 cards is a win-win all around. It's just a fantastic Stadium. I honestly wouldn't use Team Magma's base or anything like Fighting Stadium over it. It's really the better choice. And now we have 4 Battle Compressors and 4 Versus Seekers. 4 Battle Compressors works in more decks than just Night March now. Battle Compressors have effects beyond just the normal use in regular decks where they pull the supporters you can then grab with Versus Seeker. Battle Compressor can also throw in the Pokemon you can get with Team Magma's Admin. It can throw in the energy cards you can get with Camerupt's effect. It's just a really useful card in this deck, and it creates sort of an enhanced supporter's toolbox with how much you use it. Compressor even lets you pull a mix of several cards, like you can pull the Camerupt you need, the Team Magma Admin to pull it out, and a fighting energy to put on it with 1 Battle Compressor. It's just really flexible in this deck how well it can be done. 4 Team Magma's Great Ball. This is, put simply, a phenomenal support card for this deck. It lets you grab both a Team Magma basic Pokemon and a basic fighting energy, which you can attach or spend for Scorched Earth to draw more cards. It is a really good card. This is actually a recreation of a supporter from the set 10 years ago, so that's actually a pretty good upgrade. It's a great way to flood the field with all the numels you need and get the energy, and they're like I said, they're about as strong as a supporter card. Now, the evolution support is 2 Rare Candy and 2 Evo Soda. Now, that might seem a little bit low, but then you remember that you can grab these cards with Korrina, which is actually pretty simple, because most of the time you're going to be grabbing Aggron and Rare Candy with Korrina, unless you grab other things, but Aggron and Rare Candy with 1 card gives you everything you need to get started. And the Evo Sodas are to help you get out the Camerupt, which are probably the most difficult cards to get out without admin support. And finally, the energy. 4 strong energy and 8 regular fighting energy. 12 energy might seem a little bit high for the deck, but believe me, the way I've been playing it, I've been using all of it. The strong energy is of course in there for its free muscle band effect, which makes Aggron a lot stronger and allows you to deliver the knockouts with fewer energies, which is always handy. It might be weak to Enhanced Hammer and it might be stopped by Aegislash, but for Enhanced Hammer you can put basic energies down, and for Aegislash you can discard the strong energies with Aggron's attack anyway, so you can work around that. So like I said before, the deck, it's a bit of a tangle, but a lot of the parts really work together. It is really item and supporter heavy, and I know like any tier 1 deck will probably smash this, but it's really a fun deck, and like I said, I think it's a lot better than what anybody thought this set could come up with. So the reason I call it Aggron's Dump is first, your deck takes a dump into the discard pile, and then Aggron takes a dump on your opponent. So that's Aggron's Dump.